Hello everyone, and welcome back to another tutorial video for Math 122. In this tutorial video, I want to go over an example problem where we just address how to solve exponential equations. And I'm going to do this in the exact same way that I've done in class and in the review session. But if you just follow these steps, you should always be able to solve any exponential equation without too much hassle. So in this case, the problem that we're looking at, we have 8 times 6 to the power t is equal to 9 times 11 to the power t, and we're asked to solve for t. And the first thing to point out is, how can you tell that this is an exponential equation? Well, we're asked to solve for t, and this unknown, the thing we're solving for, just shows up in the exponents. Hence, it's an exponential equation. Okay, so how do we solve something like this? Well, I always suggest proceeding in steps. And the first step that I just suggest taking is always just start by taking ln of both sides. And if you do this, you'll see that we immediately get ln of 8 times 6 to the power t is equal to ln of 9 times 11 to the power t. Now, once you've done this first step, once you've taken ln of both sides, is when you proceed with step 2. And step 2 is just going to be to expand as much as possible. I've taken the liberty here now of writing up on the screen all 3 of the laws of logs that we're going to need to use in order to do this expansion. I'm going to be referring to these by their Roman numerals that I put next to them, but when you do your own work, you can refer to these in whatever way that you think is easiest or works best for you. So the first thing to look at is, what in these natural logs can we expand at all? And the thing that we should immediately be looking at is these multiplications here. We can expand those using our law number 1. So what do we get? In this case, we get from law number 1 that ln of 8 times 6 to the power t will become ln of 8 plus ln of 6 to the power t. And ln of 9 times 11 to the power t will become ln of 9 plus ln of 11 to the power t. Okay, so we've expanded this once now. Let's look at all these ln's again and see if there's anything more that we can do in terms of expansion. Ln of 8, this is just a number, so we can't do anything to that. But ln of 6 to the power t, here we have an exponent, so it looks exactly like our third law over here. So we're going to be able to do something with this. Ln of 9 over here, also just a number, but again, ln of 11 to the power t is going to be able to be expanded with our law number 3 here. So let's do that. Using our law number 3, we're going to see that we now have ln of 8 plus t ln of 6 is going to be equal to ln of 9 plus t ln of 11. We can quickly confirm that we're done now with step 2 by looking again at all these natural logs. These are all going to be natural logs now of just numbers. We have ln of 8, ln of 6, ln of 9, ln of 11. These are just ln's of just numbers. These are all just numbers, so we know that we're just done expanding now. Now once you're done with step 2, step 3 should always be the same. And specifically, at the end of step 2, once you've expanded this as much as you can, you should just be left with a linear equation. This means it should just be a very standard, one of the more simple types of equations that you've ever learned how to solve. You should just be able to solve this by proceeding as usual. So let's look at what we have here. We have ln of 8 plus t ln of 6, ln of 9 equals ln of 9 plus t ln of 11. So what we want to do is we want to group all of the t's on one side and non-t's on the other. So here, ln of 8, there's no t here, but t ln of 6, there is a t. So we want to move these, split these up on separate sides. ln of 9, no t. t ln 11, there is a t. So let's start off by taking this ln of 8 and moving it to the other side. So if we do this, we're going to get t ln of 6 is equal to ln of 9 plus t ln of 11 minus ln of 8. And now we want to move this t ln of 11 over to the other side so that we'll have grouped all of the t's together. So this will give us t ln of 6 minus t ln of 11 is equal to ln of 9 minus ln of 8. All that's left to do here is to do what we call factoring out the t. So basically we're just counting how many t's do we have here. We have ln of 6 t's minus ln of 11 t's. So we're going to see that in total we're going to be left with ln of 6 minus ln of 11 t's. And that's still equal to ln of 9 minus ln of 8. Now all that's left for us to do is to take this ln of 6 minus ln of 11, and we want to move this over to the other side. And to do that, we're going to have to divide. So we're going to take this whole thing here, and we are going to pass it over to the other side by performing simply division. So in the end, we will get that t is equal to ln of 9 minus ln of 8 divided by ln of 6 minus ln of 11. And this is our final answer.